Hi Scorpio, this is your forecast for the month of December 2018. This is a general reading for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, or Scorpio Moon. For a more rounded overview, please watch your rising and moon sign as well. So Scorpio, this first week of December, you may be feeling a lot of contentment. Perhaps you have the money, the time to enjoy yourself, to pursue your own interests. Others of you, there could be a focus on being self-sufficient in some way. You may be focused on your self-employment. Others of you, this could be a central person in your life. It could be a wife, or in some cases, perhaps a mistress. It could be that you are working to, take care of your environment in some way. So for some of you, this is a week that focuses on self-reliance, self-sufficiency, self-mastery. And there may be a desire for some kind of financial security or to reap the rewards of some efforts you've put in. You're trying to cultivate something, whether that is a talent, a relationship, or an actual garden, the earth. And for some of you, this is going to be a week where there's some fortunate property or real estate matters. Maybe you're focused on, getting some kind of resource or the mastery of your resources. So for some of you, your investments, royalties, unearned income, jointly held property, money that continues to come into you without you having to put forth effort. There's also a focus on a sense of refinement. And for some of you, you may be perhaps enchanted with somebody who possesses all of the talents, the culture, the skill, the intelligence that you admire. Still others of you, there's this focus on being in nature, connecting with your animal, and a love of the outdoors, perhaps, solitary pursuits. So this is a week where you're strongly looking at your own ability to succeed, and personal achievement is what's going to hand you that peace of mind. This is about your expectation level of self, others, and those exchanges, whether you're expecting too much in a situation or with a person, or you're allowing them to make too many demands upon you. If you've had some kind of fantasy about what this connection was, those demands may soon put a hole in that fantasy of yours. But this is a week where you could benefit specifically because of your past effort, your perseverance, your belief and your faith in self and your talents. Some of you, you may have a secret admirer, or you may be admiring someone else. Again, somebody that you find especially attractive or talented or skilled. And this could be a week where you get something. You may be in the spotlight, where you receive notice of some sort, a nomination for something you've produced, an award, a reward of some sort. Maybe you're promoting your business, or you're being promoted. Maybe you're attending something pleasurable like a party. Perhaps there's a party in your honor. Could be something that focuses on retirement. So you're getting some recognition for past efforts, or perhaps just a sincere thanks, some recognition. And again, for some of you, ties to family or business network could prove fortunate in some way. Some of you, maybe you're going to buy something that's expensive, something large. It could be you're going to purchase a piece of property, or you're going to inherit a piece of property, or that's your focus. So the strength of your self-reliance, your self-sufficiency, your sense of esteem and power, or connecting to someone who has high self-esteem. This could be a week where you take action in the pursuit of your pleasure, or something that will provide you some long-standing security, or you're recognizing that you need to get more balance. Now, negatively, perhaps this is something that's short-lived. Maybe there's been a loss of your independence due to some financial instability or some poor choices. There may be issues concerning problems with property and real estate, and you may have to make some unexpected repairs that create some financial setbacks for you. For others of you, again, there's a focus on the environment or animals, and there could be issues surrounding that. And because, there's also a tie to self-sufficiency or enjoying your own company, you may have conflict between your desire to be connected to someone versus your desire to be free. You may feel entrapped in some way, or perhaps there's a desire to get out there and explore larger territory. So for some of you, that's going to be the issue, the capacity to be alone. And for others of you, because this is connected to money and wealth, there could be some kind of gain through deceit or something illicit, or, somebody being swindled in some way. So again, your ambitions are important, whether you're dealing with people who are honest and acting with integrity, and also, your own conscience, and whether you're managing something properly, because in some cases, you could experience some kind of loss or emotional disappointment. There may be a false sense of security where you have to protect yourself against financial loss or damage to your property or a threat to your reputation. And in fact, there could be something going on behind the scenes, some kind of gossip or hearsay that is less than kind, something that may be unfair to you. And you may feel, inclined to retaliate or strike back, or you yourself may be participating in some kind of gossip or secret or rumors. But know that when you open your mouth and you open that Pandora's box, that may very well come back to haunt you later. This is a week where you have to be careful about how you're seeking pleasure, where you're looking for entertainment, who you're connecting to in the pursuit of that, because connecting to the wrong person or finding yourself in the wrong circumstances could bring some trouble, some danger, or some heartache, especially if you're doing it to get past a disappointment or a loss. So again, your sense of security is the focus right now. Now, the second week, you have the Star card. So the second week is a major card for you. And for some of you, there's a strong tie to an Aquarius person. Others of you, you are being protected. The angels are watching over you. You're being divinely guided in your path. For some of you, this means perhaps getting some kind of assistance or offering that. You may be focused on taking care of yourself, and so you may have contact with a healing agency. For others of you, there's a focus on a young woman in your life. And for still others of you, especially if this is about pursuing a hobby or self-employment, you may be trying to develop some kind of talent that you have, some kind of latent skill. You are definitely looking at the future and the possibilities. And in fact, you may be receiving help from various sources. Again, especially help from above. There could be the unveiling of a truth. And again, that ties to that 9 of Pentacles, gossip, revealing a secret. You may be trying to solve some kind of mystery, and you may be connecting with other people who are prying into your affairs or vice versa. So you may be trying to solve some kind of truth that has eluded you thus far. But there is a focus on gaining some kind of peace this week, maybe restoring something. You could be restoring your property, or again, you could be dealing with property issue and damage connected to water. It may be something that's expensive. Or you may be seeking some kind of comfort or relief where your trust in a person or help or yourself is important. So this is about having faith in your future. And there is some measure of luck working for you right now, especially if you're drawing on your faith, your belief in a higher power. And perhaps at this moment in time, that's all that you have to hold on to. So your thinking is what's going to rejuvenate your enthusiasm about life, your belief in self, and something may happen that refreshes you. Or on the other hand, you may feel very emotional. You may be getting in touch with your emotions, and you may feel vulnerable because of that. You may feel open or exposed in some way. This is definitely a transition period where things are changing. and you're motivated by hope and your belief in the future. You're on the verge of some kind of personal transformation. And you're also emotionally connected to others and very intuitive. This is a time where tapping into your intuition or your creative forces is going to allow you to move forward, especially if you're dealing with something that's unsettling or disturbing, or where you have to deal with a reality or a truth that you didn't necessarily want to face. And instead of looking at as this is something happening to you, there should be a change in something happening for you, because this is actually an opening for you for perhaps your own personal achievement. You could be a star this week, depending on your choices, or you could be assisting someone. The spotlight could be on you, or perhaps again, there's somebody that you feel is very attractive and intelligent and alluring, somebody who has star quality. But this is a week where something is going to take off for you, either figuratively or literally. Maybe you're starting some kind of journey. It could be an emotional journey, some kind of exploration of sorts, or a literal journey. You're seeking some new horizons where you want greater freedom. Perhaps you want the freedom to enjoy yourself and do what you want to do, your own pursuits. Or maybe this is a focus on a girlfriend and somebody being kept or taken care of. Or for others of you, perhaps this is about, exploring your creativity and having it reach new heights. So in the worst case scenario, this is about you running away from something. And some disturbing circumstances may be testing your faith, your belief in self. You're going to have to find the silver lining in a negative situation. There's a positive reason that even the most difficult circumstance is occurring. And part of that is for you to recognize where faith should be directed. Are you involved in something that has a possibility that may be difficult, and yet it's a healthy challenge? Or is this something where you're investing energy into a future that is a no-win situation? If you can distinguish the difference between those two, things are going to flow for you a lot easier. It could be that you are so caught up in your emotions that you're letting that guide you, thinking that you're being driven by your intuition. So this is about your faith in perhaps what you're being told, faith in gossip, faith in a secret, faith in yourself, your ability, other people, a circumstance, whatever it is. You're having to take a fresh look at something that you believed is going to be challenged in some way. And so it's to your advantage to open yourself to new possibilities, because that's when divine providence is going to step in and reward that faith. And it may look very different from your original vision. So this is about your trust in a situation. Now, negatively, perhaps you're doing things on your own. You're too self-reliant, too self-contained, and you have difficulty accepting any help that's being offered. Maybe your pessimism is unjustified, or you're dealing with some kind of delay or unfulfilled hope, or some happiness that didn't last very long because you missed an opportunity. It may tie to your health, or somebody being very detached, or you rejecting some kind of spiritual guidance. So there could be some mistrust or being obstinate in deceiving yourself about a situation. Now, the third week, you have the Ace of Pentacles. And so hopefully there's some faith about getting an opportunity. Something could literally fall into your lap this week. Something that you weren't expecting. And this is a week where, you may be, perhaps somebody offers something to you. Perhaps you're spoiling a loved one or receiving something. Maybe you're drawn to somebody who has some star quality because of their status, their power, their money, or vice versa. So you may be questioning the motives in some cases of others. Or you could decide that you want to look better. You are going to work on your your physical makeup. Maybe you're working out. You're going to start a fitness regimen. You may do that with a partner. Or you're going to start focusing on creating some financial success for yourself. For others of you, this is about being vulnerable, being intimate with someone. And you may be trying to get closer. You're planting some kind of seed. And it could be that you have an opportunity to meet somebody new. And it may be through financial transactions, things that tie to security, money, large purchases, or maybe some changes that you're going to make. Maybe you change your job and you're in a whole new environment, or you change your schedule in some way and you end up meeting somebody that's important to you. It could be, any number of ways, from going to the store, you're in the grocery store, you're at the bank, you're getting a repair, and boom, you connect to somebody that is going to play an important role. For others of you, this is about, your wife or your future, your girlfriend, being a couple and making plans that connect to your future and future security. So you could be deciding whether you want to start a family, or build a home, or buy a car, or take an important trip together. So some kind of opportunity that is presenting for you. Now, negatively, it could be, again, that you have to question the motives of others, or people are gossiping about what the motive is in a relationship, that perhaps it's just an obsession with the material or the physical, or you may be involved in a situation where appearances matter more than the depth of emotion and intimacy. This could be a new relationship where you're just getting off to a shaky start. You're having difficulty for some reason in the process of courtship or dating, or you're worried about the future of a relationship, yourself or someone else. So for some of you, you're having to look at where somebody's gone overboard, yourself or others, some kind of habit that is extreme. Maybe you have somebody that's demanding a lot. Maybe you're having to look at personal spending habits, or where work is getting in the way of your relationships and complicating it or preventing it or tearing it down. Or it could be that, you found somebody that was totally attractive to you, but it was short term. So you're having to look at something. You're either going to get an opportunity to get something that will solidify you or hold on to it, or recapture something materially and emotionally that provides security for you. But on the other hand, it could be that, somebody is not delivering the goods. It could be that, something got off to a false start, or you made a poor choice, or somebody didn't carry through with the promise, and it's leaving you emotionally insecure. So you're looking at what provides your security and whether that's grounded or not. Is the opportunity presenting, or is it is there a lack of fulfillment? You have the opportunity to seek a new direction if you focus. You have to be motivated, driven, and perhaps you are coming up with some kind of plan. You're coming up with a strategy that ties to your future, your security, your ability to feel good about yourself, and to indulge yourself in some way. Or something is going on where you have deceived yourself about your security in some way, and you may be aimless and searching for that path. Now, by the end of the month, you're doing some kind of review. Again, an opportunity, or where you've put some misplaced faith, and you're going to have to trust your instincts about how to move forward. Perhaps this is to align yourself with someone, or whether something is lacking and there's something more out there. Maybe you'll be traveling in the future, or doing something that connects to your future. It could be a promotion or a job opportunity, or a relationship in some way. But you get the chance to make some changes in connection to work, home, or both, especially if you're realistic in taking in the facts. This is tied to your ego, your ambitions, your drive, your desires, what you really want, and how attached you are to something. And maybe you're reconsidering or making decisions about what you really want. It could be you simply want the opportunity to prove yourself or to clear yourself or to let somebody know something, to make your point. Or, on the other hand, maybe you want to remove yourself from something. You want to get out of a circumstance, a job, a relationship, a situation, because you're no longer as attached as you once were. Now, some of you, again, this ties to a business partner or being involved in a negotiation or waiting for an answer about something. It could be that, again, pride is an issue. Somebody has difficulty asking for some kind of help, or somebody's being excessive. They're being immature and they're spreading themselves too thinly as far as finances, or they're being inflexible emotionally. Some of you may be questioning an opportunity. You may, be trying to determine whether you should have faith in it, and maybe you're procrastinating, either because you doubt yourself or someone else or what you've been told. It could be because you're trying to do something to move forward, and yet you're not getting the support that you want. You're meeting with some kind of resistance, and because of that, now others see that opening to take advantage of you. They may be manipulating you or creating some fear factor for you, which you'll ultimately regret, because this is the time to use your own personal willpower and to trust yourself. So it's important for you to move forward based on some kind of truth or fact-finding mission before you act. And you'll ultimately be looking at what you're getting in return from somebody. Your awareness about that is going to be triggered. So there's some opportunity, or you're feeling a loss of control because nothing is happening. Maybe you have to dissolve a business partnership, or some negotiations failed, or you let somebody gain the upper hand and you're being dominated in some way. So this is, again, tied back to your expectation level or that of others. It's important to shoot for the stars, but if you happen to reach just a little bit too high, it could end in some kind of failure for you. But this is about, getting that recognition, getting that star power, your future, your self-expression, your creativity in some way. Now, this is all being driven by the King of Cups. So this could very well be you or other water energy. This could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female, or just the traits of this king will be important. This is a king who represents support. He's helping you. He's got your best interest at heart. So he may be a trusted advisor. He could be a friend, some kind of professional that's looking out for you. It could be that he's in a helping profession. He may be a doctor. He could be a judge, a lawyer, somebody who is good at negotiating, somebody who's in touch with their emotions and very much so willing to take on extra responsibility in support of you. He could be a father figure in some way. So this is about getting assistance that are in your best interest, and issues surrounding responsibility, protection, concern, being a good friend, getting good advice, negotiating, being a listener. So somebody may be offering comfort, or you may be playing that role. This is about your honor and having old-fashioned values in support of that. And for some of you, you are celebrating some kind of good news that will offer support. There's an opportunity for the future that perhaps relates to your security or pleasure or entertainment. Maybe you're going to travel. Maybe some doorway is opening. Others of you, you're looking at your physical self. Maybe you're going to do more exercise and take better care of yourself, or you've been advised to. So this is about getting in touch with the intimate side of yourself and being authentic about your feelings or recognizing those of others. And that may come very naturally for you during this time. You may have, again, a stronger intuitive or emotional link to another person. And in fact, realizing that you need that support, or that someone needs that from you. Perhaps somebody's been navigating the waters just a little bit too long on their own, And you're recognizing some deep emotions and feelings, possibly more so than you were originally aware of. And it's likely that there's going to be a mutual exchange on an emotional level between you and another person. But for some of you, you're involved in a situation that's very complicated, especially if you've been deceiving yourself about a no-win situation. You're going to find your relationship less rewarding. It could be somebody's been unfaithful, or perhaps somebody's giving too much power to their emotions, or that you had idealized somebody. You placed them in the power of a star. You put them on a pedestal, and now they've fallen from grace, or vice versa. So you or somebody you know could be oversensitive or oblivious to emotions. So especially if there's some gossip or something underhanded taking place, you may feel powerless or victimized, or you may have to trust your instincts. There's an opportunity and you need to figure out whether it's good for you. And maybe there's something you want, but you don't quite know how to find it or what to do about it. Maybe in the worst case scenario, you're dealing with some kind of insincerity on someone's part. But hopefully, again, this is about some good news that you're receiving, where there's cause for celebration. Now, this is going to center around achievement, your desire for success, for recognition, whether on a business level or a personal level, and the choices and behavior that's either going to create that success for you or it's going to cost you in some way. And you're looking at your attachments to things, whether that's increasing or decreasing, whether that be a person, a circumstance, a situation, or a job. Now, there's going to be change that ties to your emotions. And for some of you, regardless of how great an opportunity is that's presenting or how urgent the situation is, whatever is happening this month is only a small fraction of a larger situation that's going to unfold and evolve more slowly, more dramatically. And it relates to your attachment to someone or something or both. And again, either this is going to increase or decrease. Now, there could be a lack of forethought into something. Maybe there's not enough communication, there's a lack of communication, or somebody's being impractical or illogical about something. You're weighing your options. Maybe this has to do with a gift. Again, you could be purchasing something, maybe something expensive, something large, or inheriting something. It could be weighing your options about whether you want to travel, or two opportunities, or perhaps unfaithfulness, infidelity, two connections to somebody. It could be you're having to look at too many obligations, or where you've spread your resources too thin, and how you can manipulate either your responsibilities or your money to come out ahead. And it also appears, given the numbers, that in some way you're going backwards with regard to something, perhaps to address that. Maybe somebody's throwing some temper tantrums, and perhaps that works. You may find yourself in a situation where you feel like your back is against the wall, where you feel suffocated. And so there may be a need to assert your authority, or somebody's trying to convince you that there's a better way, a more efficient way of doing something, or perhaps you're doing that. It could be that there's an idea that could make a lot of money, or that could turn out to be very profitable for you. Or could be you're changing your lifestyle, but that change is not going to get off the ground without some kind of outside help. So you're going to have to get the facts and make sure that you're not closing off to assistance that could help advance your interests. For others of you, this is about a generation difference. Maybe somebody's saying, hey, get with it, get with the program, get with the technology, get with this concept. Whatever it is, there's a solid base for you to begin an energetic start towards something. It could be a new venture, a new project. It could be something where you try to motivate others through some kind of instruction. Maybe it's a class where people are normally forced to attend, and you're trying to motivate them to enjoy whatever it is they have to learn. Could be somebody with ambition who's trying to help other people. Or it could be a specialized interest that appeals to a niche market. So some of you are involved in some kind of course or activity that's designed to increase confidence in other people. Now, your challenge number is number 8. And by challenge, I mean that you're going to be more active, more focused on number 8. Number 8 has a significance to your future. The resolutions attached to it take more time. So you're going to need to make some choices and work diligently to overcome some kind of uncertainty. And your judgment, your dedication is being tested in some way. You're going to have to trust in yourself and others. All right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know with your comments and don't forget to subscribe. You can also support me on Patreon, join me on my blog for daily posts, on Instagram and over at Vimeo. And of course, you can always book a personal reading at thealchemistastrologer.com.